Ladies and gentlemen, good day everyone, and welcome to Vipshop Holdings Limited's fourth quarter and full year 2020 earnings conference call. At this point, I would like to turn the call to Ms. Jessie Fan, Vipshop's Director of Investor Relations. Please proceed.
Thank you, operator. Hello everyone, and thank you for joining Vipshop's fourth quarter and full year 2020 earnings conference call. Before we begin, I will read the safe harbor statement. During this conference call, we will make forward-looking statements within the meaning of the Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995 that are based on our current expectations, assumptions, estimates, and projections about Vipshop Holdings Limited and its industry. All statements other than statements of historical fact we may make during this call are forward-looking statements. In some cases, these forward-looking statements can be identified by words or phrases such as anticipate, believe, continue, estimate, expect, intend, is or are likely to, may, plan, should, will, aim, potential, or other similar expressions. These forward-looking statements speak only as of the date hereof and are subject to change at any time, and we have no obligation to update these forward-looking statements. Joining us on today's call are Eric Shen, our co-founder, chairman, and CEO, and David Cui, our CFO. At this time, I would like to turn the call over to Mr. Eric Shen.
Good morning and good evening, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining our fourth quarter and full year 2020 earnings conference call. We finished the year of 2020 with strong financial and operational results in the fourth quarter. During the quarter, our total GMV increased by 25% year-over-year to 59.3 billion from 47.6 billion in the same period last year, continuing the trend of accelerated growth. Specifically, GMV for our core apparel-related categories increased even faster by 28% year-over-year, driven by the robust growth in our numbers of active customers, which increased by 37% year-over-year in the fourth quarter. Our new customers grew faster than total active customers during the quarter, showing that our differentiated offering procured by our professional merchandising team are becoming more attractive to customers who did not shop with us before. We believe these strong customer acquisition trends are driven by the superior value and the convenient shopping experience we offer our customers as compared to the marketplace platform. The reason we are able to see continued robust growth momentum in our key operational and financial metrics is due to our focus on and expertise in the discount retail industry. We have over the decade of experience in the inventory clearance industry in China and have deep expertise in this field. We offer superior value to consumers looking for deals, particularly in apparel-related categories, while at the same time helping brands achieve faster inventory turnover, grow their business, and reach new customer segments. Looking into 2021 and beyond, we are deeply devoted to continue to execute on our merchandising strategy, aiming to acquire more top brands while increasing our share in the business of our existing brand partners, which will enable us to offer more diversified, desirable products to our customers and attract new customers. In addition, we will continue to enhance our big data capabilities and the technology know-how in order to serve a broader customer base, enabling customers from different age groups, demographics, and income levels to shop with us and enjoy our product offerings. At this point, let me hand over the call to our CFO, David Cui, so that he may discuss our strategy in more detail and go over our operational and financial results.
Thanks, Eric, and hello everyone. We are glad to have delivered another quarter with strong financial results. In the fourth quarter of 2020, we delivered accelerated top-line growth, driven by the strong 37% year-over-year growth in our number of active customers. Importantly, our non-GAAP net income attributable to Vipshop shareholders also demonstrated robust growth in the quarter, increasing by 33% year-over-year to 2.6 billion from 1.9 billion in the prior year period. Additionally, for the trailing 12 months ended December 31st, 2020, we generated robust free cash inflow of 8.3 billion, which increased significantly from 2.5 billion in the prior year period. We are dedicated to offering our customers with desirable merchandise at a deep discount on a daily basis, while providing them with superior logistics services and post-sales customer service as compared to marketplace platforms. As a result, our conversion rate in the fourth quarter of 2020 increased by 10% from the same period in the prior year. Going forward, we will continue to enhance our product assortment and balance our top-line growth and profitability. We are confident that the healthy customer acquisition and retention trends will continue to drive our growth in the future. By continuously offering value to our customers and providing unparalleled inventory management solutions to our suppliers, we will ultimately generate sustainable long-term value for all of our shareholders. Now moving on to our quarterly financial highlights. Before I get started, I would like to clarify that all the financial numbers presented today are in renminbi amounts, and all the percentage changes refer to year-over-year changes unless otherwise noted. Total net revenue for the fourth quarter of 2020 increased by 22.0% year-over-year to 35.8 billion from 29.3 billion in the prior year period, primarily driven by the growth in the number of total active customers. Gross profit for the fourth quarter of 2020 increased by 12.1% year-over-year to 7.8 billion from 7.0 billion in the prior year period. Gross margin for the fourth quarter of 2020 was 21.9% as compared with 23.9% in the prior year period. Total operating expenses for the fourth quarter of 2020 were 5.4 billion as compared with 5.4 billion in the prior year period. As a percentage of the total net revenue, total operating expenses for the fourth quarter of 2020 decreased to 15.2% from 18.3% in the prior year period. Fulfillment expenses for the fourth quarter of 2020 were 2.2 billion as compared with 2.1 billion in the prior year period. As a percentage of total net revenue, fulfillment expenses for the fourth quarter of 2020 decreased to 6.1% from 7.0% in the prior year period, primarily attributable to the change in fulfillment logistic arrangements. Marketing expenses for the fourth quarter of 2020 were 1.7 billion as compared with 944.1 million in the prior year period. As a percentage of the total net revenue, marketing expenses for the fourth quarter of 2020 were 4.8% as compared with 3.2% in the prior year period, primarily attributable to increased investment in customer acquisition. Technology and content expenses for the fourth quarter of 2020 decreased to $272.4 million from $362.2 million in the prior year period. As a percentage of total net revenue, technology and content expenses for the fourth quarter of 2020 decreased to 0.8% from 1.2% in the prior year period. General and administrative expenses for the fourth quarter of 2020 were $1.3 billion as compared with $1.7 billion in the prior year period. As a percentage of total net revenue, general and administrative expenses for the fourth quarter of 2020 decreased to 3.5% from 5.9% in the prior year period. Our income from operations for the fourth quarter of 2020 increased by 45.9% year-over-year to $2.6 billion from $1.8 billion in the prior year period. Operating margin for the fourth quarter of 2020 increased to 7.2% from 6.1% in the prior year period. Non-GAAP income from operations, which excluded share-based compensation expenses and amortization of intangible assets resulting from business acquisition, increased by 30.2% year-over-year to $2.8 billion from $2.2 billion in the prior year period. Non-GAAP operating income margin for the fourth quarter of 2020 increased to 7.9% from 7.4% in the prior year period. Our net income attributable to VIPshop shareholders for the fourth quarter of 2020 increased by 67.7% year-over-year to $2.4 billion from $1.5 billion in the prior year period. Net margin attributable to VIPshop shareholders for the fourth quarter of 2020 increased to 6.8% from 5.0% in the prior year period. Net income attributable to VIPshop shareholders per diluted ADS for the fourth quarter of 2020 increased to 3.51 RMB from 2.14 RMB in the prior year period. Non-GAAP net income attributable to VIPshop shareholders for the fourth quarter of 2020, which excluded the share-based compensation expenses, tax effect of share-based compensation expenses, impairment loss of investment, amortization of intangible assets resulting from business acquisitions, tax effect of amortization of intangible assets resulting from business acquisitions, investment gain and revaluation of investment, excluding dividends, tax effect of investment gain and revaluation of investment, excluding dividends, and share of loss in investment of limited partnerships that are accounted for as equity method investees increased by 33.4% year-over-year to $2.6 billion from $1.9 billion in the prior year period. Non-GAAP net margin attributable to VIPshop shareholders for the fourth quarter of 2020 increased to 7.2% from 6.6% in the prior year period. Non-GAAP net income attributable to VIPshop shareholders per diluted ADS for the fourth quarter of 2020 increased to 3.70 RMB from 2.84 RMB in the prior year period. As of December 31st, 2020, our company had cash and cash equivalent and restricted cash of 12.8 billion and short-term investment of 7.3 billion. For the fourth quarter of 2020, net cash from operating activities was 7.2 billion. Looking at our business outlook for the first quarter of 2021, we expect our total net revenue to be between 27.2 billion RMB and 28.2 billion RMB, representing a year-over-year growth rate of approximately 45% to 50%. These forecasts reflect our current and preliminary view on the market and operational conditions, which is subject to change. With that, I would now like to open the call to Q&A. Operator.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you wish to ask a question, please press star one on your telephone and wait for your name to be announced. If you wish to cancel your request, please press the pound or hash key. To give more people the opportunity to ask questions, please keep yourself to no more than one question at a time, and you may press star one again if you have a follow-up question. Thank you. Once again, to ask a question, it's star and the number one on your telephone keypad. Your first question comes from the line of Eddie Wang of Morgan Stanley. Please ask your question.
Hi, Shen Zong, David Zong, Jessie. Good evening and congratulations on the very great results. So my question is on the user growth. We have seen very strong user growth to sustain in the fourth quarter, actually accelerate, from third quarter. So my question is that except for the efforts you have made in terms of the customer acquisition in the third quarter, any new initiatives you have made in the fourth quarter? Can you give us some examples, especially I think it's on the brand partner side, as well as you mentioned that on the technology side. So that's my question on the user growth. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. 沈总 ，Eddie 这个问题是问我们这个4季度其实用户增速是蛮强劲的，比3季度都还要再快一点。那他想知道我们是怎么去获客的，特别是我们在4季度是不是有做一些什么新的以前没有做过的获客的方式，比如说我们也说到过，我们就是在货品端也要做一些东西，还有技术端，包括我们说的运营这些各个方面，就不光是我们这个投放，而是我们整体来看是怎么去获取这些用户的。
那个我们其实是从去年的 Q3 开始加大投放嘛，那么其实 Q4 也加大市场投放，那么我们其实有很多种获客渠道，包括精准营销啊，包括我们讲的手机预装啊，还有那个就是比如说我们讲的植入很多电视剧啊、综艺等等啊，但这些策略呢，其实 Q3、Q4 一直都在用，不是说 Q4 有什么特别跟 Q3 不一样的。那么我们认为其实那么那个现在这个阶段其实是互联网的那个就红利期，那么理论上我们应该多投入多获客，那么但是呢我们获客其实还都是严格按照 LTV 来衡量这种成本，那么确保我们的那个获客获回来的其实是经济的是合算的。那么另外呢包括我们说的就是说现在也有很多新的获客方式，比如说直播啦、短视频啊、微信群啊、就社群啊，这些我们其实也在大胆的尝试，那么我们也在争取在这些方面也能更多的获客。那么另外我们自己在货品上面，就是说我们加强了我们讲的越来越更多的好货、差异化好货，另外呢我们讲的更低的价格，那么其实这个也是我们等于能拉更多用户的也是个关键。还有呢我们在技术方面，那么我们说的更多的提升我们的转化率， 那么更多的让我们讲的用户找到他喜欢的东西。那其实几方面都我们讲的整体驱动吧。那么包括运营方面也是啊，就是我们讲整体驱动，我们能保证了我们说的我们有持续源源不断的获客，我们希望是像这种趋势长期持续。
Eddie, on your question on customer acquisition, since last year's third quarter, we started to increase our marketing expenses to acquire new customers as well as retain existing customers. So we use various customer acquisition channels, including digital advertising, TV show and reality show endorsement, mobile ring pre-installation, and so on. So on those fronts, in terms of marketing expenses, the pace at which we went in 4Q is very similar to what we have done in the third quarter and in previous quarters. We believe that there is lots of opportunities to acquire new customers in this market, particularly as we've readjusted to focus on discount retail. So we will continue to invest into customer acquisition, but we use the lifetime value model to evaluate the efficiency and effectiveness of how and where we're spending our marketing dollars. So we will continue to spend, but disciplined spending. On top of marketing, we also are much more focused on merchandising, offering our customers really good products and deep discounts on a daily basis. And on the operational side and the technology side, we're also investing to improve the conversion rate and improve the efficiency at which customers can find products that they like and that are suitable to their taste on our platform. So all around, we believe there is a flywheel effect in everything that we're doing. And as long as all these parts of the business stay intact and we continue to improve on each element, we will continue to acquire customers that will contribute to our long-term growth.
Your next question comes from the line of Alicia Yap of Citigroup. Please ask your question.
Hi, good evening, Shen Zong, David, Jessie. Thanks for taking my questions. Congratulations on the strong quarter. My question is actually related to a little bit the month-over-month, the 4Q trend, and also the first quarter guidance. So did you actually see some slowdown in December after the very strong Singles' Day promotion? And as we go into first quarter, how would you describe the situation this year given the stay in the city Chinese New Year period? So did that actually stimulate more spending budget on the clothing, or did that actually have negative impact on spending willingness given people are not traveling that much and not meeting as many relatives as before? So just wondering how is this year Chinese New Year is giving these encouragement to stay at the city changes in terms of the demand, any differences that you see this year versus the previous year, and any colors in terms of direction that you think this strong first quarter guidance could carry through to the rest of the year? Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. 沈总 ，Alicia 这个问题主要是问我们四季度和一季度和未来的一个收入怎么去看？比如说四季度应该是12月有一个大促，那是不是12月到1月是增速有所放缓？然后另外就是今年这个2月份的春节，大家留在当地过年，那咱们看到的是一个什么样的趋势？大家留在本地过年是否对消费有正面或者是负面的影响？咱们今年观察到这个趋势是否跟过去有所不同？还有就是看到我们一季度和去年4季度的业绩之后，咱们怎么展望2021年之后的一个大概的业绩的发展？
我们讲就是 Q4 其实都是电商的旺季嘛，那么中间是有双11，另外还有我们自己的大促，那么12月8号的周年庆。所以说我们的业绩不错，那么我们也看到1月份其实在前面的时间都是持续的，就是我们说的大家购物的热情还是比较旺的。但是呢，就是1月份呢，因为天气的原因呢，就中国不是这么冷，持续这么久时间，那么就是说其实天气的原因跟我们这种卖衣服的网站 生意还是蛮有区别，就是说我们是看到就是12月到1月是这个趋势。那么今年的春节其实跟往年真的很不一样，因为往年我们都做好预计说大概生意会掉多少，但是今年因为春节很多人是留在当地过年，所以说我们看到其实我们的春节的生意比正常的原先的预测要高不少。我相信所有的电商应该也都是差不多这样的情况。另外呢，就是在我们看21年的趋势，其实我们认为电商持续应该也是红利期，就是大家其实在疫情期也很多都学会了我们说的在网上购物，认为这个网购确实很方便，所以我们认为其实在2021年还是一个电商的红利期。我们也相信我们自己的生意，那么唯品会是卖衣服的，那么主力是卖衣服的，我们认为其实2021年的接下来的那个季度其实生意应该也会长期不错。
谢谢沈总。Alicia, on your question regarding the trend that we've seen, fourth quarter is always a peak season for e-commerce, particularly for us as we are predominantly apparel retailers. And we have Singles Day promotional event as well as our anniversary sales event on December 8th, both of which we saw solid results. And the trend of robust growth lasted into January. As compared to December, January did decelerate a little bit, but mostly due to the weather change as we step out of winter. So when you look at January into February, as you mentioned, as a lot of people are staying put in their respective cities and not going back to their hometowns during this year's Chinese New Year, we are seeing better business results than we were originally anticipating, particularly as compared to previous years where people were very much spending their time with their families rather than shopping. This year we're seeing pretty solid results, and we believe that should be the industry-wide trend. Looking ahead, we believe that the structural changes of people shopping more online and more people learning to shop online that was resulted from the COVID-19 pandemic will continue into 2021 and beyond, and therefore we continue to believe that there is a lot of opportunities for us to continue to grow and gain customers as with the rest of the e-commerce peers into 2021 and beyond.
Your next question comes from the line of Ronald Chung of Goldman Sachs. Please ask your question.
Thank you, Shen Dong, David, and Jessie. I think my question kind of following on the growth in the apparel market. Basically, we see very strong growth, and you've shared your GMV growth for apparel in particular was 28%. Seems like this is a lot faster than the overall apparel market, and therefore, are we kind of benefiting from the increased supply of discounted apparel over the past, say, one year or 2 years, the build-up of inventory, increased demand from brands in clearing their inventory? And so how have we seen that in our market share, say, in discounted apparel? And as this kind of inventory cycle maybe lapse later this year, how do we see or how do we tap into the ongoing growth of the business, say, maybe private labels or other drivers? Thank you.
Thank you, Ronald. 沈总 ，Ronald 这个问题主要是问我们的一个货源的问题。就是我们看到4季度服装的增速，我们唯品会做到了28%，同比的一个增速，是远快于服装大盘的增速的。那这个是什么原因？是因为比如说市场上尾货多了吗？还是现在喜欢买这种折扣的用户多了吗？然后现在我们肯定是有一个短暂的红利期，来自于比如说疫情。更多的货品，这个我们去年也有说到。那未来长期来看的话，我们是怎么去看我们的货源？是扩大，比如说供应商的池子，在供应商那边拿更多的货，还是比如说特供啊、白牌啊等等？
对。那么我们其实看到，就是我们其实做经营服装这么多年了，我们其实看到，其实服装的这个那种库存的商品。那么我们还是持续的源源不断的大量的产生，那么不管是疫情可能产生的更多，那么非疫情期间，因为这种服装特别的生产模式，包括订货制啊等等这种模式，导致了就会有很多库存。所以说我们其实对未来的货源 我们不担心。那么还有很重要的是，我们其实现在有很多商品其实是品牌给我们专供定制，那么我们有超过两位数的比例的商品是专供定制。那这样的话呢，其实我们也更好的能预测到市场的需求，更好的跟品牌合作，那么针对我们的顾客推出这种产品，而且这种商品呢，其实是完全能源源不断的供应的。所以说，其实我们在我们未来的货品供应方面，我们其实一点不担心。我们希望是我们也更多的加强我们这方面的能力，就提供我们这种叫差异化的货品，更多的满足消费者的需求。
Ronald, we've been in the discount retail business for over a decade, and there has not been a shortage of off-price inventory in the market. Of course, the pandemic did result in a bit of a tailwind on the supply side, but since apparel is a very non-standardized category, and there are thousands of apparel brands, and they're constantly making new seasons of products and launching new products, so there will always be inventory or excess inventory in the apparel market, as it's almost impossible to predict exactly how much to make for each SKU. So that's on the existing inventory market. On top of that, we're also more actively investing and looking into made-for-VIP shop products. These products are what our suppliers, especially the top suppliers, are making and designing especially for the VIP shop platform. And so far, the contribution has already reached double digits. And in the future, we will continue to collaborate with more top suppliers and increase the contribution from these made-for-VIP shop products. These products will ensure that we will always have supply that is attractive to our consumer base. Going forward, we will continue to look into enhancing our merchandising capability on both the made-for-VIP shop front as well as the existing off-price market in order to bring the best products to our customers as well as serve more suppliers and help to grow their business.
Your next question comes from the line of Thomas Chong of Jefferies. Please ask your question.
Thanks, management, for taking my questions. Can you comment about the trend in marketing expenses as well as the margin outlook for this year? Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. 陈总 Thomas 这个就是问我们的一个对2021年的利润和市场费用的一个展望。
那么我们现在呢，就是说那个用户的增速大了，那么另外呢，市场花费也大了就是说，其实我们在2021年乃至以后，我们其实对整体有个判断，就是说我们因为认为我们说的这种我们特卖的这种市场份额理论上有3亿的用户，那么对我们来讲增长还是重大的问题，因为我们现在那个用户数还远远不够嘛，那个远远还比较小嘛，所以说我们认为是增长是主要的话题。那么另外呢，我们在增长的同时，那么另外呢，我们对净利率还是有完全的把握的，我们认为我们的净利率也是比较稳健的，那么哪怕市场费用用的稍微大一点，但是我们对整体的净利率有信心的，所以说我们如果同样在市场成长方面跟那个净利率方面，我们认为说我们优先会在成长方面，那么继续趁现在的好时间吧，那么跑得更快一点。
Thomas, on your question on user growth and the marketing expenses, as well as how it leads to the margin outlook in 2021 and beyond. As we continue to grow more customers and gain customers and accelerating customer growth, we are spending a little more on marketing into the second half of 2020, and we believe that trend should be similar in 2021 and beyond. However, that is given that there is approximately 300 million potential customers that would be interested in discount retail and could become VIP shop customers. So from that perspective, we believe that there's still a lot of opportunity in the market, and we're still very small as compared to the potential opportunity in this market. So growth will be our top priority. However, as we have always been very focused on the balance between our top line growth as well as our margin profile, our bottom line will continue to be very solid. As we've mentioned previously, we are maintaining our non-GAAP net margins at a mid-single digit range, and we'll try to grow top line as fast as possible on top of that. So going forward, we will continue to balance the two, but strive to grow users, grow healthy users that could contribute to our long-term growth sustainably.
Your next question comes from the line of Joyce Ju of Bank of America. Please ask your question.
沈总、崔总、Jessie， 晚上好，congrats on 这个季度很好的业绩。我的那个问题其实是有关于一个比较 big picture 的，因为我们现在往回看的话，其实19年唯品会可能把大部分的时间都着力于优化自己的产品结构，然后提升效率，然后我们把品质当时整个物流体系都优化了。2020年的话呢，我们在年头的时候主要是抵御疫情，然后下半年呢是把握机会，然后增加更多的新用户。就想问一下沈总和崔总，就是说在2021年的话，我们整体有没有大的新的方向，或者是一个像沈总啊，或者是管理层有没有一个新的这个增长点，或者是战略的重点，可能我们可以跟大家分享一下，我们应该怎么看，就是有没有 new growth driver。Yeah, I will translate my question. Basically, I'm asking for the strategic focus for the management team for this year. Back to 2019, the company has been focused on the merchandising strategy and also the efficiency improvement. And for the last year, the focus was on the recover from the COVID. Just want to know for this year what's the new driver or any new initiatives we should expect. Thank you.
那么我们其实在2021年乃至将来，其实我们也是就像刚刚上面说的，就是我们其实也是要追求这种叫健康的高速的成长。那么我们相信说，其实就是说我们成长，那么一定是要健康的，因为比如说我们获取的顾客，那么一定是说我们讲的长期以来在我们这儿是消费给我们贡献好的利润，而不是追求这种叫质量差的或者说亏钱的。那么高速我们认为说我们其实空间还很大，那么我们其实会在这些方面说把那个增长放成我们的主旋律吧。那么另外呢，就是也像上面一个问题说的，就是那么追求一个稳健的净利率也是我们认为是有把握的。所以说我们认为说那么成长重要，而且呢就是说随着规模效应的出来，那么我们相信我们的净利率还会有提升空间。
Joyce, looking into 2021 and beyond, we will continue to pursue healthy and fast growth. By healthy growth, we mean that we will acquire high-quality customers who will contribute to our long-term growth and profitability. We believe that compared to our current size, there is a lot of opportunity and potential to continue to grow. And at the same time, we will continue to maintain a sustainable, healthy net margin profile. As we continue to grow fast, the operating leverage will come out even more and improve our profitability as well. So that will continue to be our top priority into 2021 and beyond.
Your next question comes from the line of Natalie Wu of Haitong International. Please ask your question.
谢谢晚上好，谢谢沈总、崔总和 Jessie 接受我的提问，并且恭喜那么好的业绩。我主要的问题是想问一下，就是四季度线下对于 GMV 和收入的贡献，以及咱们对2021年或者之后一个中长期的一个预期，这两个贡献分别是怎么样的一个情况？I will translate myself. Thanks for taking my question and congratulations on very solid results. My question is regarding the offline contribution. Just wondering how much of the GMV and the revenue contribution comes from offline in the fourth quarter, and what's management expectation for 2021, and also maybe if there's mid to longer term expectation for that. Thank you.
我们那个线下店我们有奥莱嘛，三山奥莱，那么我们那个整个占我们的生意大概5%左右。那么其实这块呢利润很好，蛮赚钱的。那么另外呢，我们有2种线下店啊，我们分别有几百家的各几百家的2种线下店，有一个呢还微亏，那么有一个呢已经打平了。那么但是呢，整体这几百家线下店在我们的 GMV 里面占比才1点几，所以偏小啊。那么我们其实认为线上线下呢还是有机会那么融合。另外呢，就是我们毕竟作为特卖嘛，那么另外呢，这些都是我们的特卖模式的线下店。那么我们认为其实在中国还是有发展机会的。那么我们也会持续不断的探索，那么就是怎么样给我们的用户提供更多的价值。那么包括我们现在也在探索，那么就是说线下店，那么我们讲的就是会员在群里面购买，我们现在也看到像一些我们做的不错的，那么在群里购买的那个占比已经超过1/3，所以说我们其实认为那个线下店还是有发展机会，但是呢，我们是在逐步探索的过程中。
谢谢沈总。Natalie, on your question regarding offline strategy, on the offline side, we have 3 different businesses. One is Shanshan Outlets. Its GMV is around 5% contribution, and this business is very profitable, so we'll continue to grow that at a healthy pace. And our own 1P offline stores, we have 2 models. One is called Vipshop, and the other is called VIP Max, and they are quite different in terms of pricing targets. One of these businesses is still slightly loss-making, while the other is almost break-even. And the total GMV contribution of these 2 1P offline stores is still quite small today, slightly over 1% contribution. We will continue to explore how to grow these offline stores and explore the online to offline strategy and how to make these stores more digitized. But all of these stores will focus on discount retail. So we're serving our core customers and core suppliers through our offline channel as well. And we're exploring for new ways to create value for our members and customers. Currently, our offline stores are also more actively exploring WeChat groups and how to utilize the traffic and the customers potentially buying more within the WeChat ecosystem. Currently, around 1/3 of the GMV contribution of Vipshop and VIP Max are coming from these more digitized revenues, such as WeChat group, and we will continue to explore how to bring up the profitability as well as grow these businesses more healthily going forward.
Your next question comes from the line of Jerry Liu of UBS. Please ask your question.
谢谢管理层，晚上好。对，我想回到刚才提到这个直播和短视频这件事，我想追问一下，就是我们现在在这一方面的测试，主要是用来获客到我们的这个 APP 吗？还是有看到这方面可能比如说利用其他平台有一定的发展，特别是微信，对吧？我们前几年也一直在微信这边有运营但是不知道最近是不是有看到一些新的机会然后我翻译一下。Thanks. My question is related to the earlier comments about live streaming and short video. Just wondering if the main purpose here is to use these channels as a way to acquire customers, or are we seeing some opportunities to maybe operate through some of these streaming and video platforms, especially when we look at WeChat. We've been operating on WeChat for a while, but maybe there are some new opportunities in recent times. Thanks.
对，那个就是我们看到，其实现在直播包括短视频其实现在越来越受欢迎。那么包括用户会有很多时间花在这个上面。那么说实话呢，我们在这方面在尝试中但说实话我们做的不是特别好，就是说其实它目前的结果我们认为还一般。那么我们认为说我们在这些方面还要多探索，那么多找到适合用户的或者是受到用户欢迎的内容。 那么怎么样更好的争夺它的市场，获取它的转化。那么比如说现在在我们自己主站的直播短视频呢，肯定都留存是给我们的嘛，我们的用户。那比如说我们在抖音上的直播呢，那么比如说用户其实会留在抖音小店，但是呢我们会有一半的用户会转过来，比如说今天有100个用户在抖音小店，那么50个用户呢，他以后会到我们的 APP 买，但是不会是全部买，全部到唯品会的 APP 上买。所以说我们认为以后未来这种包括直播的这些平台的，那么其实这是一个新生态，那么我们也会积极去拥抱。
Thank you, Jerry, on your question regarding live streaming and short video. We do believe that live streaming apps and short video apps are where a lot of our customers are spending a lot of time, and we are and have been actively investing and exploring customer acquisition methods through these newer channels. However, we do think that the results are not up to our expectations, and therefore we still have more room to improve how we're targeting the content as well as how we're acquiring customers in these newer formats. On our own VIPshop app, the live streaming customers would be 100% our own. However, for example, like in the Douyin mini stores, about half of these customers would come to our app afterwards, whereas the other half would retain and remain shopping with us and maybe going forward in the Douyin mini store. So we will continue to work with these various channels in order to improve the efficiency, and we will continue to look at the ways to best invest into customer acquisition through the live streaming and short video apps.
Your next question comes from the line of Feitong Zhang of CICC. Please ask your question.
Yeah, hi Shen Zong, David and Jessie. Thanks for taking my question. Congratulations on the robust result. It's a follow-up question. As Shen Zong mentioned, the VIPshop product, how are the VIPshop product, the special edition will impact our business? Can we have better price or better profitability, or the special edition can help us to gain more consumers? Any elaboration on that would be very helpful. And do you have any target for the VIPshop product? Thanks.
Thank you, Feitong. 陈总，非常这个问题是问我们说的那个特供的商品。那这种商品跟我们平时主站卖的那些商品有什么不一样吗？比如说它是否利润更好，或者是帮我们能收获一些不同的客户，就是咱们做这个事情对我们平台的一个整体的形象和一个财务数据是否会有影响？
那么我们是做这种特供的商品，那么其实对我们来讲毛利是一样的。因为我们没有说要求说特供的商品我们问供应商收更多的毛利，那么但是呢像这种特供的商品我们要求是那么差异化，而且呢就是它的价格会更低就是性价比更高。那么我们公司为了扶持这些呢，我们也会在流量方面适当做一些支持。那这样的话呢，我们希望是像这些特别的商品，那么我们说在别的平台是没有的，那么我们想着更好的转化，另外呢更多的吸引消费者长期要来唯品会买这些特别的商品。
好的，谢谢陈总。Feitong, regarding your question on made for VIPshop products and how it's different and how it'll impact VIPshop as a platform. The take rate or the gross margin for the made for VIPshop products are actually the same as other products for a given brand. However, when we go work with brands on made for VIPshop products, we ask for more value, meaning the prices that they offer should be similar to other products that they're giving us on a consignment basis and on a their natural off-price products. And we also give additional traffic support to these made for VIPshop products, as these products are more differentiated and should result in better conversion rates for customers, as well as help us acquire new customers because these products could only be found on our own platform. And going forward, we will continue to look into ways to best invest into the made for VIPshop products.
Your next question comes from the line of Veronica Shen of China Renaissance. Please ask your question.
谢谢沈总、David and Jessie。 然后我的问题是关于这个 ARPU 的，然后我记得之前沈总也有跟我们提到，就是新用户的这个 ARPU 相对于我们的成熟用户可能是相对低一点的，就想问问，因为我们从去年2季度开始用户增